Hey guys, welcome to another video. Don't mind the mess to the left. I am super excited over something I found in Joann's yesterday. Now this is going to make the lives of acrylic pourers who hate to mix paint very simple. They are now selling a product called Color Pour. These are pre-mixed pouring paints made specifically for acrylic pouring. They have an array of colors. They have a varnish in their line, which I'm going to varnish a painting and show the results. Maybe I will do at the end of this video, maybe not. No, actually I have to do a separate video because I have nowhere to move this one after I pour on it. So they have this prism varnish, which is actually an iridescent finish. So I'm excited to try that. And they also sell Magic, their own silicone. This big bottle of silicone was $5.99, I believe. It is 4 fluid ounces. So we're going to give this a shot and see how it goes. The one thing I would recommend, now today I'm using only their products. I'm using the Snow White, the Turquoise Blue, and Rose Pink. I want to try and make a painting for a friend, for her daughter. The only thing I would recommend is maybe not buying the white and mixing your own white if you use a lot of white, because it's probably going to take almost this whole bottle to cover the canvas. And these are, I believe, $7 a bottle. So these are more for people that like to do, you know, small, maybe 8 by 10, 12 by 12s, or people that are loaded with money and can afford to, you know, just pay $8 for a bottle and keep pouring with them, you know. For me, I don't do big acrylic pours. Today I'm doing a 12 by 24 so you can really see the effects that we're going to get out of these if we get them. I haven't used it yet, so I don't know. And so for me, it's okay, except for the white, because like I said, I'm going to have to use this whole bottle. But this is a test of this product, so I'm not stepping outside of using this product line. I'm going to use all of their stuff to see how it works. But in the future, I will use like an Artist Loft white and then buy the colored bottles of this stuff and use that for my colors. But it, you know, it's all mixed. I don't know what's in it. The label doesn't tell me what it's mixed with, of course, because they want to keep their secret to themselves. But you would hope that there's Floetrol and glue at least, but who knows. So what I'm going to do today is a tilt and slide pour. And basically what that is I have 2 open cups. I'm going to put 2 push pins into my canvas, and it'll be fine because paint will fill in the 2 little holes that I make, and you won't see them. So I'm going to start a little forward here. I'm going to put 2 push pins in just to hold my cup there, hopefully. Keep it from floating off when it starts to get a little full. And I'm going to put 1 more right here. Longer pins would have been probably better, but I can't find them right now. You know, the sewing needle pins that you, like when you cut fabric and you need to hold it together to put it through the machine, those types of pins. Can't think of the name of them right now. They're probably push pins too. But those probably would have been a little bit better, but hey, that's what I have right now. So, I don't know if you're supposed to shake this stuff. It doesn't say. The varnish says to shake well. That's probably because it has the iridescent in it. But I'm just giving it a little shake. And basically what I want to do is put down some white. I'm going to put my colors one at a time in the cup, separated with a drop or two of silicone in between each layer. You could pour these into separate cups and add your silicone, do it that way. I want to try it this way, see how it works. Try to keep it as simple as possible for you, because I know there are some people out there that don't want to go through the whole mixing process and just want to make a pretty painting. So this is going to be the simplest way. So I'm going to put down the white up in this area here and a little bit down here, and then I'm going to start putting some colors in the cup and tilting so that the paint slides down into some white. And actually, before I start, I should probably get something to put under my canvas. Well, here. We'll do this at first. Just going to put a little end of a cup there. So here we go, people. Let's see how this stuff works. Just going to put enough up here so that I can coat the canvas once I get my gloves on that I forgot to put on. I'm going to put some in here. Hopefully this is enough to do this size canvas, because I really don't want to use a different product. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that for now. And I'm going to get, actually instead of gloves, let me just use a spatula, because I'm going to have to keep taking them off and putting them back on. So just flattening it out nicely. Consistency is pretty dead on, I'll tell you. It's a lot better than the consistency I mix. It's like really, really smooth. Very smooth. This stuff, I don't know if it's been out for a while, but it's the first I ever saw it. So I was excited to get it. So I know there's a lot of people that contact me over the last year telling me that, you know, can you mix paints on the film and all of that. And it's always hard to understand, you know, watching people do it on film if they don't explain good. I try to explain the best that I can, but it's always, even for me, I learn better somebody sitting there with me showing me how to do it. All right, so first color I'm going to put in will be the blue. So I'm just going to put a nice layer in each cup. And I think I'll put probably, let's see, 2 drops for now. Oh, that was 3. I'll do a little white. A little bit of the rose. A few more drops of silicone. It's hard to get just 2 out. It's almost impossible, so I'm doing 4 drops. Okay, so again, go with the blue. You're going to see the paint start coming down. And I'm actually using the paint to like mix the silicone through. A little more white. And the rose. And I'm going to let that sit for a minute and tilt it upward a little bit. Let me get the heat gun while I'm doing that. Pop some of those air bubbles and help create cells like that. Got to get some of that pink to come through. I'm going to put a little more pink. Trying to see if the silicone will come out if you don't squeeze the bottle. So it will. If you hold it upside down and shake it a few times, you will get a drop out. And the bottle comes already pre-cut, so you have no choice but to use that size hole that they have there. Alright, so let's do a little more of the white. Let's tilt. Not seeing much for cells so far. You would think that you'd get a little bit more than that. So, let's try this. Let's try putting a few colors in a cup with the silicone mixed through it. Let's try that. So, I got some blue here. Sorry, I'm mixing off to the side. I don't know if you guys, I think you may be able to see it. Some pink. Just filling these little cups like quarter the way. And then some white, which I'm going to put the silicone in because I have been mixing it in these with silicone. So I'm going to keep it the same. Put a few drops of each in there. Give it a swirl through the paint. Let's see how that works. I see Rick Cheadle. He's an acrylic pour artist. He always drips it into the cups and it works. So that's why I tried doing it that way. So let's try doing it this way now. There's some pink. Some blue. white. And the rest of the pink. So I see a little more coming that way. Get the heat gun on it. I'm going to put some white just here so it has somewhere to slide down to. Or I should say slide down through. You know, the cells are really, really, really weird. The shapes of them. Not like the typical dimethicone or treadmill. They're very odd shaped. A little bit more there now. Just going to lift these a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to take these off altogether now and take those pins out. I'm going to move some of this stuff to the side and start manipulating it now. So you see this bottle is almost totally gone. It is gone actually. So, like I said, mixing your own white would be beneficial, because you're not going to get very far with that. Going to kind of pull this outwards. I really, really like the consistency of the paint. I will say that. Okay. Okay, so now that I think about it, what I really should have probably did was, I should have used regular silicone on one side. Definitely should have used regular silicone on one side and then their brand on the other side. But we're going to do some tests here. I'm going to stretch this out. If it doesn't look good, I'm going to get the regular treadmill belt silicone stuff there, and let's get the cat hair out of there, and then we'll see if it performs any better with that stuff. So I'm just going to go side to side now. And I did get a little more cells with the torch, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm liking that Cell Creator. You know, those are kind of pretty. We shall see, people. Sorry for the horrible view, but I have to come back this way. Well, once I stretched it, I got some really nice cells here. I'm going to stop because I don't want to lose them before you see them. So, you can see I got some really nice cells through here. Obviously, I don't like the big blobs there from the cups. So I will have to fix that somehow. But, I mean, they're pretty cool. So let me try, in the center of these, let me try the paint with my silicone and see how it does. See if we get even crazier cells. Just trying to clean up my hands a teeny bit here. Okay, so I have no white left. So what I'm going to do is just pink and blue in those little areas and see what happens using the paints. Just need a little bit, obviously. It's just a small amount that I have to pour. So here are my, oh, wrong one. Almost put the wrong one in. Ding dong. My silicone, their paints. By the way, that is my silicone. The Spot On treadmill, I use either that or KY Premium Personal Lubricant because it's 100% dimethicone. So I have new cups. I have 2 new sticks, so nothing is contaminated with that old silicone I used of the Color Pour company. I guess that's the name of it, Color Pour. And what I'm going to do is pour a dirty pour cup. So, little pink. Blue. Just layer them a few times in here. Now my guess is if I don't get some crazy cells out of this dirty pour, that they do not mix their paints with Floetrol. That would be my guess. I will say, as we've been sitting here, there are a few more cells that developed, but not enough. I have a little more blue here I could use. Just trying to clean up some here so I don't make a huge mess. All right, so here we go. A little swirl in the cup. Let's see. Here, let's try them over here. We'll start over here. Maybe do a fancy ribbon in the center there. Okay, so let's torch it quick. And it's about the same amount of cells as the other one. So, although they did pop up like crazy here. Did pop up like crazy in here. So, geez. I'm going to say the silicone is not the problem. If anything, if there's a problem, it would be the paints don't have Floetrol in them. But, as you can see, I still got nice results. So I guess it's all depending on what you're looking for. I'm just trying to stretch out these new ones that I just made. I'm going to show you a picture of one of my regular acrylic pours, so you can see the type of cells that I usually get. And then I'll let you be the judge. I just put my hand on the whole side of the painting. Just going to bring it back a little bit. I will tell you this, the cells really hold their definition. Like really, really good. Yeah, they really do. All right, so let me show you what I usually get out of an acrylic pour using Floetrol and, you know, the Jaquard paints, stuff like that. I just have to clean my hands really good. Let me pause you for a second. Okay, so this is what I usually get. You see how big and defined those cells are? And like on this side. There's colors inside of colors, a lot of lacing. So that is my typical outcome. And as you can see, this is my outcome today. So the cells in certain areas are really clumped together like I like them, but then you have the random big ones popping out together or separately, like these ones here. Like, see, in this one, you do not see any of those. I don't know if you can see that whole thing. You don't see any random ones by themselves. This one's just got those random ones. So, overall, I think it's a good product. I mean, it depends on the outcome that you want. I see more cells popping up here and there. So maybe you just let it sit for a bit. Definitely, I would definitely say to not drip it in the cup, the silicone like I was doing. I would say to definitely mix it throughout the paint. And, you know something? Give it a try. I think 20 bucks, you can get a couple of colors. Get like a red and a blue. I'm sorry. Yeah. Is it red, blue? maybe a red, blue, and green. No, red, blue, and a yellow. Red, blue, I'm trying to think of the primary colors. Right, get a red, blue, yellow. Okay, that'll cost you about $18. And then do your own white, because like I said, it just takes too much white. And give it a try. You know, get the silicone or use your silicone. Give it a try. The consistency of the paint itself is gorgeous. I don't know what they mix it with. It doesn't have a label for that, like I told you, but the consistency is like primo. There's no lumps, no bumps, which I always get in my pours. I don't know about you. I can never, using the Floetrol, it's just like there's always a bump or something in there, even after I strain it. But I see some more cells popping up in here. So yeah, give it a try. I'm going to take you guys in for a close-up now. Here we go. I'm going to do a quick one before I run out of time. You see those trying to pop through? There's some really, really tiny ones in there. And then over here. They're packed tight together and then they're sparse. Very odd. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. I will leave the product information below. And as always, happy pouring.